I would try to do this would be to go ahead and use an existing typeface. For instance, in this case, I'm going to use Allura, and I'll type out your initials. Let me make that larger. And then I've got this, it's got kind of the similar shapes that I'm looking for. I'm going to go ahead and take type, create outlines here. So these are now two separate shapes. I'm going to ungroup it so that I can move them separately like this. And I'm going to take this M and using my eraser tool, which is right here under the scissors, I'm going to go ahead and take and alter that M. Just take that part off. And now I'm going to move the Y over there and connect them that way. And so that's one way that you can start to maybe use an existing font and create the things that you wanted to do. The other ways of erasing would be using the scissors tool or perhaps the knife there as well. So that'd be one way to start to do this, and then to alter those further, stretching them because they're really just points now. And so if you wanted to take points and move them some, you can do that fairly easily now and alter it some more. The other way that I would do this, perhaps, is to create your own shape. So I'm going to start with an ellipse, and I'm just going to type an ellipse at a 0.5 by 0.5. Okay, just basically a circle. Let's make that into just lines. Here I'm going to use my scissors and cut it on the side and the side, and then I'm going to get rid of that bottom part. So I've got this shape here. I know it's 0.5 across. I'm going to take that object and move it 0.5 horizontally and 0 vertically and do it as a copy. So now I've got this shape beginning, and I can go in and select these 2 points here, or I can even just select both of those strokes and go to Object, Path, Join. That's made that into one consistent line there. Now what I'm going to do is, tell you what, before we do that, I'll do a Command Z, so these are still two separate things. I'm going to copy one of those. Now let's join it. Okay, and then let's go ahead and paste the one that we copied and rotate it around. Right? We'll line it up so that it's right where that would be, and maybe we'll pull it down here. And now let's take these two things and join them. Object, Path, Join. And it's drawn a line between those. Now I can go in and with my pen tool, I'm going to go ahead and continue the line down. And continue this line up. You can see you've got the beginnings of the shape that you were looking at. And then I'll start another shape down like this, and then perhaps curve it around like this. And we can manipulate those further, and certainly we can go in with our pen tool and smooth out points that need to be smoother and stuff like that. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Here we go. We can smooth this out some more. Right. But so you can go in and start to create this new shape from scratch. Maybe if you want to give it a little bit of angle, you can go in with your shear tool and give it some angle that way here. Maybe we need to have an additional point here, so before we do that, let's go ahead and put a point or a new stroke here so that that completes that part. And let's go ahead and shear it now. Maybe we want to add the curly part that you had on there. So let's get the spiral tool and perhaps start a spiral out. We're going to need to flip that. And then we can rotate it and perhaps move it over here. Maybe we want to make it a little bigger too. Right. So that's kind of how I would approach doing this mark that you were, at least the one that you were working with in class.